In today's video, I want to talk a little bit about demand packages and settlement negotiations if they take place before a lawsuit is started. This is something your attorney will normally do for you as long as you give them time. The closer you talk to an attorney before the legal deadline, the statute of limitations for bringing your claim, the less time your attorney has to submit a demand package for you. The purpose of doing a demand package is to see if we can settle your case for the maximum value without having to commence a lawsuit, without having to file a lawsuit and incur those case expenses, and more importantly, exposing you and other members of your family to the legal process, which can include answering questions under oath in a deposition, answering written questions, submitting to medical examinations, and things like that. So, a demand package is an effort to try and put pressure on the insurance company, typically for the other driver, but it could be your own insurance company if they didn't have insurance and you're making a claim for uninsured benefits. But it's an effort to try and settle your case without having to start a lawsuit. What is the settlement demand, or what does the demand package look like? It's usually going to involve a number of things: police report, photographs and video of the crash, of the vehicles afterwards, maybe some surveillance footage if that exists, witness statements, if there are helpful witness statements, medical bills, medical records, maybe some x-rays or imaging if they're particularly helpful. If we're making a wage claim, it may have wage records and W-2s and things of that nature. Um, Photographs, things that you do for hobbies or did beforehand, modifications that you had to make to your house, things of that nature, are all put together in a demand package, and they're sent to the other driver's insurance company or your own insurance company to demand settlement. Now, the amount of the demand may depend on a number of factors. Of course, how severe your injuries are, how much your medical expenses are, how much the insurance limits are. We try to find out what the insurance limits are on the other driver um, before we submit a demand. Sometimes insurance companies will provide that, sometimes they won't. Ideally, we know what the insurance limits are so that if there are low insurance limits relative to what we think the case is worth, we're going to demand all of those limits and put maximum pressure on the insurance company to pay those limits right away. Sometimes we don't know what the policy limits are, and so we will sit down and we will attempt to determine what the value of your case is and submit a demand. Realize that negotiations are just that, negotiations. Our initial demand is normally not given unless it's a policy limits demand. It's normally not expected that they will accept or pay the initial demand. So we will shoot high, probably higher than your case is actually worth, because we understand that the insurance company is going to come back at a much lower number. And then if we sense that there is room to sort of meet in a fair spot, then we will continue to negotiate. And if we can negotiate and settle your case for amount that's fair and that you're happy with, we will try to do that before a lawsuit is filed. If not, sometimes it becomes necessary to file a lawsuit, and negotiations continue even after a lawsuit is started. And sometimes it takes a lawsuit where the parties are forced to assess their case and get more information, take witness testimony, things like that, before the parties are super motivated to actually settle the case.